Look at this. Look at this bullshit. Look at this absolute bullshit. Look at this. Look at all this stuff I miss. Look at all the stuff I miss for all the characters here. I've noticed Ninja Guy hasn't made any appearance at all. No appearance whatsoever. That's funny. I got Ikai. I got him the highest ranking, by the way. He was a real G for helping us out, though. I ain't gonna lie. He was the one that helped us out the most. Magochi supposedly have a pretty high rating with him. Cultural, I have nothing on him. Look at this. Look at this. Branching path storyline garbage. Look at this. Just look at this. Just look at all this. And look at this. There's also another branching path above, too. Oh my goodness. Look at that. I only completed 56% of the story. I missed so much story content. It's unbelievable. That is completely my fault, guys. Completely my fault. I didn't realize once you pass chapter 3, once you meet this abomination right here, this one here, is over. It's freaking point A to point B at that point. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. Let's look at this. There's so many bullshit. So many crap to deal with. Which I will give them credit where it's due that they try to implement unique gameplay mechanics. But they gotta let you know, once you pass chapter 3, that's it. You can't build up relationship with your characters or nothing. So pretty much the gist is, before you go chapter 3, grind gold. Grind as much as you can if you want the complete story experience. Otherwise, you're going to get a very half-assed story experience that I got. I'm sure this game would be a whole lot better with all the characters helping out, but because we haven't done much at all, well, shit. We don't get none of this crap. Like, Oyu is pretty much canon. She has to be there to help you out, essentially. But everybody else, like Ike, Magochi, Kotaro, we miss all that. It's unfortunate. Playtime, 7 hours, 15 criticals. Apparently, I didn't do shit on the Phantom rounds because I didn't, see, when I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. But there we go, guys. That is the completion of Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny. This is probably going to be my least favorite Onimusha. I wouldn't say it's a bad game. I would say it definitely improved a lot of things from the first game in terms of the gameplay. The bosses, I would say, is probably my biggest con. I did not enjoy the boss fights whatsoever in this game. A little bit tedious. Very spongy, too, by the way. Very spongy. It could just be me sucking ass at the game. It's probably that. I'm not getting the criticals right, I'm not finding the bosses, the right way, but I don't really find most of the boss fights fun in this game, to be honest. I think the core gameplay itself, when you fight regular enemies, is much more enjoyable than fighting the bosses, because the bosses have some absolute bullshit move that could do like multiple combos, as well as certain moves where you can't even block at all. The fight with Nobunaga really confused me. I'm going to assume that we have to switch to the right weapon to damage the elementals that he's using, because he's switching different elementals as we fight him. So that's probably my fault. That's also my fault there too, because I'm not using the right elements. That fight ended up being a lot harder than it should be. But we still managed to defeat Nobunaga, though, just barely though, before we had to fight the golden statue. The golden statue was pretty much on the rails. All you gotta do is evade the lasers, the skulls, and keep shooting until you see the statue break apart, But it's definitely not my favorite Onimusha game, for sure. But I wouldn't say it's a bad game, but would I play it again? Probably not. Like, part of me wants to play it again because I missed so many things in the game. Especially with all the different characters, all the relationship, like it kind of makes me want to go back and replay all that again. But I don't know. With Onimusha Way of the Sword coming out, I probably won't have time to replay Onimusha 2 anytime soon. But what I will have time is starting a new playthrough for Onimusha 3 Demon Siege, which is a game that I finally remember of playing back on the PlayStation 2. I really did enjoy that game. It had a lot of different weapons you can use. You got fucking Gene Reno in there as well as a playable character. And I don't know. I think the storyline in that game and the everything about that game, I found a little bit more entertaining than two. Two, I do like the premise, the vibe, the world building. Like I do like this crazy, samurai world, but you got some mechanical stuff in there, flying battleship machines that shoots missile. Like it's kind of way ahead of its time. And I get it though, if people like this game the most, for people that play this game, but this is my first time playing Onimusha too, believe it or not. This is my first blind playthrough, so I did not know nothing about this game, never played the second game until now. And I could see that a lot of ideas that they wanted, that implemented, I like many of the ideas, but because I missed most of the story elements because I didn't, build a relationship with my characters because I didn't know that past chapter 3, you pretty much lock in on beating the game. And of course, you're supposed to give them gifts too as you talk to them throughout the journey too. That's another way of doing it too. But oh my goodness, it's an okay game. I'll probably give it like a 7 out of 10. It's a 7 out of 10 for me, Onimusha 2. Jubei, not as iconic as Samanosuke. I still think Samanosuke is a much better character, much more compelling character, much more interesting character background than Jubei. Although Jubei, I do like that the base his look on Yasuko Masuda, absolute of a legend. Probably one of the main inspiration of Spike for Cowboy Bebop. If you see, the actor and Spike from Cowboy Bebop, you can see the similarities, And then, of course, with Way of the Sword, we got the late, the one and only legendary great Toshio Mifune to portray Miyamoto Musashi in Way of the Sword, which is kind of ironic because he did play the character in the 1950s as well. So it is kind of fitting that they'll pick him to play as him in Onimusha Way of the Sword. But yeah, 7 out of 10. I'll probably replay this game at some point, but not anytime soon because I'm going to be playing Onimusha 3 after this. So hopefully you guys will stay tuned and stay tuned for that playthrough because I have fun. We're going to have a lot of fun with that game. Maybe more frustration too. Who freaking knows? I don't remember a lot of things about 3. All I remember is you play as 2 different characters in 2 different timelines, and I really like 3. So, but 2, it's a 7 out of 10 for me, guys. Like, I don't know, it's my least favorite Onimusha, but it's not a bad game. I will give Capcom a lot of kudos for trying something new, adding a lot of new interesting gameplay mechanics that no other games has tried out. And here we go. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the playthrough. I do apologize for the lackluster of all the different characters in this playthrough because, like I said, I missed out on building up the relationship with the characters. So that's my fault. But hey, it is what it is. I highly recommend you guys play the game for yourself and see all the different story branches because I have a feeling this game will feel a lot more complete, with the whole stuff. But yeah, 7 out of 10. Might play this again, but not anytime soon. So that's my opinion on Onimusha 2, Samurai's Destiny. And if you guys enjoyed the playthrough, hit the like button. You guys didn't hit the dislike button. It's all up to you. And like always, stay tuned for the playthrough for Onimusha 3 Demon Siege. And then we'll be on our way to play Onimusha Way of the Sword on September. But other than that, yeah, another thing I critique too, yeah, like I said before, Jubei is not really an interesting character compared to Samanosuke. Especially with his mom being an Oni and how she seduces his dad by this. That I kind of find a little bit ridiculous, a little bit stupid, but it is what it is. I wish it had a little bit more background story on the Onis. Even though the first game was like ogres, right? Ogres were like the good guys. So in this one, it's the Onis now. Yeah, the story, like I said, is not the greatest in this game. Even with all the cutscenes, with all the companions, might make it a little bit better, but I don't know. That's just my opinion. The story is kind of just meh. It has the potential being really good. Not as good as the first game or the third game. But yeah, I'm going to stop ranting for now. But other than that, guys, until then, I will see you in the next one. Peace.